I wake up every minute with a fever dreams. I push the mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me.
Okay there, I didn't even know that the video wasn't even recording. So let's start again, no problem. Welcome to the tutorial series of the making of The Night We Met part 4. Animation and rigging, including some scene creation, etc, etc. Let me turn on the recording first, baby. The High Maverick is talking to you. Dhanu Vashistha is somewhere deep underground, baby. So you don't have to worry about it because the High Maverick also knows how to steer the wheel and etc, etc, etc. So let's start, baby. लास्ट पार्ट में हमारी क्या बोलते हैं उसको, क्या बोलते हैं, टर्म्स, नेम्स एंड डेफिनेशंस याद है कि नहीं याद है आपको? पर्टिकुलर बोन्स एंड जॉइंट्स पे वेट रिगिंग चल रही थी, तो अभी हैंड पर ही हैं हम, जैसा कि लास्ट के एंडिंग में कहा था कि अभी इसका हाथ ही चल रहा है, तो वो पार्ट चल रहा है। और थोड़ा इसका फेस का इशू सही किया था कि हेयर्स और हेड साथ में मूव होंगे, एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर वेट पेंटिंग एंड ऑल एंड ऑल एंड ऑल। सो वी आर जस्ट रनिंग इन रियल टाइम, सो आई वांट यू टू know that how it feels in real time, because I've watched so many tutorials of time lapses, etc, etc. Well, particularly I believe that time lapses in terms of concept art looks good because it shows the process in a faster way, but in terms of 3D, particular real time definitions and explanations are important because it is what it is, bruh. So basically here we are just setting up the animation, etc, etc, that how will this female character hold the lantern that was also a main part of the film, and the animation is going on. Well, let me pause it for you. Okay, so the animation part is going on here, basically that how we animate the character frame by frame, or according to our desired number of frames, that after even after 5 frames, or even after 10 frames, or even after 1 frames in some cases, that according to the storyboard and the idea, whatever is needed, we have to do that. So here basically the character had to walk along the path and do the desired actions with the cloth simulation, along with the cloth simulation, and meanwhile along the same time, or whatever you want to call it, at the same time I adjusted the weight painting and the animation and the cloth simulation settings at the same time. So it was a pretty challenging task for me, that how to execute all the same tasks at the same time. And here now I'm adding a cloth simulation after the animation is ready. One thing keep in mind, that after the animation part is ready of any particular character, you have to after then only you have to apply the cloth simulation, because once the animation part is ready, the character is able to move according to the storyboard, etc, etc. So after then you have to set up the cloth simulation, if only the cloth simulation is wiggling and all. Otherwise, if the cloth is still, you are free to rig that cloth also to the weight painting area of that particular bone. So there's that. And here I manually adjusted and created and molded and sculpted and modeled the cloth basically. So the cloth is being molded and created here, and the cloth simulation, it was a new thing for me back then. around 8 to 10th months ago, and then I just played a few simulations, etc., etc., in order to just check that how the cloth simulation is working. And we do have to apply the solidify modifier to the cloth simulation or the particular plane that we created as a cloth. What happened, man? Why are you disturbing me? Let me carry on with my tutorial, baby. So here's the visuals of the testing of the cloth simulation. And once the animation is ready, the cloth simulation is applied according to the animation. And how do we do that is based on, we apply the animated rig of the character as the collider, which interacts with the particular cloth simulation, which calculates all the basic collision settings, etc., etc. If you want a tutorial on this, you can notify me. So there's that. And too much work was involved in the making of this film, and I don't need to boast it, etc., etc. You just can see all the visuals on the screen, on my After Effects screen basically. Oh, that's my After Effects screen. So basically I'm making and recording this tutorial at the same time in order to save time. So there's that. And documenting life is one of the most important aspects of life. That what are your karma, what have you done, what have you provided to the society. In order to receive, you have to be willing to give first. That's the law of karma, that's the law of attraction, etc., etc. Most of you must be knowing that. Those who don't know, start following, start subscribing, start sharing basically. And record हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? Okay, 6 minutes 58 seconds have passed away, and we have the moon and the simulation. That's great. Okay, so now we're basically testing the cloth simulation and doing some random changes in it. That it was not a basically complete packed closed surface cloth, so I cut it in half. I'm gonna show you in a moment. I cut that simulation in half and made the animated character a collision part of the simulation, so that however the character moves, the cloth collides from the animated character and behaves accordingly. Like this shirt is in contact with my body, so wherever I move my hand, this shirt will follow the particular path. So consider this shirt as a collider, consider this shirt as the cloth simulation and my body as the collider. So if I move my hand up there, the cloth simulation follows the hand, because my body is the collider and the cloth is the cloth simulation simply. So it's the basic fact and basic universal law. And here I did some manual changes to the simulation, and according to the animation, that particular areas of the body shouldn't overlap the cloth. Like if my skin was coming outside this cloth simulation, then obviously it will show some errors, right? So I eliminated those errors, only if you understand. So there's that, and adding some more subdivisions to the cloth. Clother plane, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, clothern hemisphere. And around 8 to 8:15 minutes have passed, 8.8015. And then I applied some particular changes to the cloth simulation to tie up the cloth basically. And let me tell you one thing, that in the further upcoming tutorials some errors do showed in the cloth simulation, that I have to remake the cloth again. So some errors are there, but I didn't mind that, because at the moment the particular shot that needed highlighting was rendered perfectly. So after that I just have to follow the storyboard, and just forgive me for those cloth simulation errors, because we are all learning and applying at the same time. So there's that. And here I just created some, what is it called, that some particular PNGs of cloud surfaces that I used in the scene, which may not be visible to you, but they are there to enhance the scene. That's all. Okay, so here we are just toggling with the settings and rendering settings, and my system is not that powerful to show you the complete visuals, but I am seeing the render in 1/4 quality, reduced to 1/4 quality, but still we do whatever we want to do, right? Whew. Adjusting the lamp settings, and giving it an emission shader, and side by side adding a spotlight to it, along with the volume settings, so that it provides the desired glow to the scene, and adjusting the settings still. And here's our character, which was standing here still waiting for the response of his the night we met love. And here I am just modeling and creating some more extra peripheral details to the scene, that along with the road there is a, whatever you call it, you'll just understand after watching this. So whatever you call it, you can just mention in the comments, that below the street, behind the street lamps, there is that zigzag, or that stopper, basically the guider of the road, that needs to be placed on every road, that the divider, or whatever you want to call it, applying it some array modifiers, and making it as long as possible. Okay, so here I just what do you want to say it, man? I just completed the scene with some extra details, and the details are being created as you watch and listen. The lamp and the lights are already created, and what was the effect of those street lamps will be shown to you on later tutorials. And in the film you can see and observe the impact of those lights and the conceptual visuals behind the lights. Whew, 12 minutes have passed, or more than it, I guess. Some particular metals, shaders, materials I'm selecting to texture that particular divider of the road. And asset library is also important, because it really fastens up your process. And there's that, and I've already told that how we can create a night starry scene in the whole environment, instead of just adding an image to the background. So wherever you rotate your camera, all you're gonna see is that starry night background. So if you want to know briefly about it, you can let me know, or you can just watch a tutorial of mine, which whose name was Polluted Earth by Dhanu Vashistha. So in that particular tutorial I have semi briefly explained that how to create a starry sky scene, a sky full of stars, because the sky full of stars. And here I just created the lamp, that the female character hold it. And I had to animate the lamp manually, that like if the character's hand goes here, so the lamp follows that path and denotes a delay in the moment, like this 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 this, and then she just drops the lamp, the lamp goes away. It's all in the story, that's all in the movie. Just watch it, go watch it now, man. And do share it to our friends if you understand the deep concern behind it. Okay, oh, what? We are just at the start again. So I think the tutorial has ended around 13 to 14 minutes, including all the animation part and the lamp creation part. And the rest details I'll let you know in the next tutorial, baby. So see you later, alligator. Hi Maverick. Signing off, logging off.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work, I got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop.